students. Students pay as part of their school fees for medical examination. Not for once have we have medical examination as students. Our state-licensed campuses has petitioned SRC, the main one. I mean, our campuses in Wale Wale, Willensi, and other centers. They are paid their fees, all right. There's no lectures to teach them, and they thought like this is we are their voice, and we are the only people who can speak them. They petition us to write to management and ask why they have taken, after paying my school fees, I have been left to my fate. No lectures, exams approaching, no exams. Why? What is happening? That is why we are here to demonstrate to management. You can see on the plaques calling for some management officials to go. We believe that it is now important. It is important for development to come to this particular university at this point. There's not any structure. Nothing is happening on campus. Students insult us. Why can't we compare ourselves to other TUs, to other traditional universities? We have been told, or it's alleged, that monies are invested there. We pay fees every year. In fact, there's increments every year, but nothing is happening. Currently, what is happening, we can say, our president came to tell us that management proposed fee increment for the next academic year, which he himself as the president, as well as the GRASA president, kick against management. They ask questions that demand urgent answers. Why do you think you want to increase school fees? Management could not answer this particular question to us.
Now, to update us on this incident is our Northern Regional Correspondent, Asantehemaa. Good afternoon to you and welcome.
Good afternoon.
Now, first and foremost, can you confirm whether a student has indeed been shot and where is the victim?
Well, good afternoon to our viewers across the world. Yes, I can confidently say that 2 students have been shot by the Ghana Police Service. And as a matter of fact, I saw only 2, but the students told me there were 4. But I met 2 of them at the Tamale Technical University Hospital where they were being attended to by doctors. And all this thing happened because, according to the students, they are not seeing any development in the school. And whenever there is an incident or there's an agreement between the student body and management of the school, the management will not live up to their expectation, and for that matter, they are not going to leave anything to chance again. According to them, there's no proper toilet on campus, there's no proper washroom on campus, and students and lecturers are suffering. And per my checks, almost every lecturer or almost all the lecturers, security men, and other workers on the school campus are in support of this, per my checks, except the management, who are not in support of this. And the students also ask, they want to know what is making up their fees, and they will compare and see if it is really reflecting, but management refused to give them the composition of their fees. We were still at the campus when management went to Modern City Hotel and were calling leadership of the students to come to the hotel for them to meet, but they said no, they have been following management, not today, for them to let them sit and discuss issues, but management refused to listen to them. In fact, what brought about the whole thing is the fact that, according to my information, last night, one of the management members of the school told the students to do whatever they want to do, and they were not going to meet them, or they were not going to listen to them, and that brought about this issue. The students said they have nothing to do but to demonstrate, to ensure that government listens to them, to ensure that the education minister listens to them, to make sure that the right thing is done. Many people are saying they are demonstrating because they refuse to transfer funds to the SRC accounts. According to them, it is not true, even though it could be part of the problem, because they were supposed to hold elections this next week, but there's no money for anything like that. And for that matter, it might be part of their problems, but according to them, that exactly is not the only challenge they are facing on campus. And if you visit the school and visit other campuses of technical universities in Ghana, you may in a way say Tamale Technical University is lacking behind in terms of development. The students also complain about lack of lecture rooms or lecture halls for students, even though new courses are introduced yearly. And for that matter, they are calling on the school management to let transparency lead because they don't really know exactly what is happening, and management seems not to be ready to let anybody know what is happening. I visited the offices of the university administration, and nobody was there. I was even shocked that I was told none of them came to school, as if they knew that this demonstration or this protest was going to take place. And I should also mention that the Ghana Police Service, I think they need special training when it comes to crowd control, because what I saw this morning, as a matter of fact, was below the belt. Civilians had to tell the Ghana Police Service members that if you do this, it will lead to this, and I was expecting them that they should know better and to handle the students with care. But as a matter of fact, it's like the escalation started from the point of the police officers who were on the school to control the situation. So I may say they rather escalated the situation instead of controlling the situation. So the Ghana National Fire Service also came in to quench the fires that the students were setting up. But as a matter of fact, they didn't burn any school property. One of the administration glasses got broken when a bullet hit it. From the point of the police. The students were also throwing stones at the police because, according to them, some of them were hit with bullets from the guns from the Ghana Police Service. That angered them, and they also started throwing stones at the police. And I can also say that one of the police officers got injured on the mouth. And according to him, I spoke with him, and he told me that one student hit him with a stone that led to the injury. So this situation is still ongoing. The management of the school, when I was on the campus, were calling on leadership of the students to come to Modern City Hotel for them to meet. But they said, no, this is not the right time for them to call them to come there and meet, because they want issues. They want to the management to face reality, because it's like they are shielding issues, or they are shielding everything. They don't want any student to know what exactly their fees and other monies are being used for. So that is the situation, and the students are saying they are not backing down until the right thing is done.
Okay, Alasan, very well noted, and you gave us some reasons, and one of them that the students feel they are left behind. But tell us, what suspicions do students have concerning some components of their fees to warrant this protest?
I think the students want to know, if you say this component of the fees is going to develop this, is going to do this, they will compare and see whether those things have been done over the years. But the management are saying no, they are not releasing that thing to the students. And as a matter of fact, it should have been a public document for the students to know, because in many schools, if you pay fees, you are able to see what is made up of your fees. But in this situation, management is not reluctant or refusing to release that to them. But the students want this to buttress their point that management is really not doing well. Management is not doing anything good with their school fees, because according to them, over 10 years, if you still come back to the school, you will see that nothing has changed. And where is the money going? According to them, even though in many schools, as you are progressing, your fees is coming down, at the Tamale Technical University, as they are progressing, their fees is also going up. And they are worried that this issue is happening, but there's nothing to show for it. So they are worried, and they want to know exactly what is happening.
Okay, thank you very much, Asantehemaa Baba, for the updates right there. He's a Northern Regional correspondent, and he kept us updated on what exactly is happening on the campus of Tamale Technical University. But now we are going to speak to a security analyst, to Richard Kumado, to tell us exactly how we can have our way around this thing. So security consultant Richard Kumado is joining us for more. Good afternoon to you, sir, and thanks for joining us.
Welcome. Thank you.
Now, first of all, what do you make of this whole protest and how the police went about dealing with it?
I think it escalated from just a civil demonstration into a very chaotic one. And I suspect restraining the demonstrators turned into violence. And that is how come somebody would have shot a demonstrator. Either the demonstrator was attacking the police people, which led to that level of violence. No matter what it takes, I think investigation needed to be done, and that will unravel what happened and who did what, and whoever would need to be punished on both sides.
Okay, what is the right way of controlling a violent protest?
Normally, when the crowd becomes violent, at the point when they become violent, there are a number of things you can do. One is to restrain them. Number two, they may run over the police and cause a distraction to property. All those who cause distraction to property will be observed, will be monitored, and will be arrested afterwards. Then you can also separate them and also make sure that if there are particular type of people who have become targets to the demonstrators, those guys are taken out of the scene, and that may also cool down tempers. Now, there's another type of violence or anger which is always directed at the police, because the police will want to separate them, the demonstrators, from attacking the people they have in mind. And that can lead to some level of confrontation between them and the police. What the police have to do at that moment is to get as many people as possible arrested, put them in a van, and fish them away. If the people begin to throw stones and use violent weapons, that is where you hear they said they have injured a number of police officers. In a very extreme circumstances is when the police will take out a demonstrator who has become a violence to both life and property.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, and we hope investigations really get into this particular matter to find out what exactly happened. Now, that was Richard Kumando, fraud and security consultant. He spoke to us just now. Now, away from that, hostel fees at the University of Ghana continue to climb as students brace for the 2026 academic year. The Vikings Hostel has increased its rate for single occupancy rooms from 28,200 to 38,070 cedis, sparking concerns among students about affordability. Meanwhile, the Pentagon Hostel implemented an earlier hike which will charge 39,700 cedis for a large suite, and a fee that includes JCR dues, key deposits, and software charges in the 2026 academic year. My colleague Vanessa Edotom Boatin has more on how students and parents are reacting to the rising cost.
Prices of Vikings hostel fee has been increased right here at the University of Ghana, where we have confirmed that it has been increased from about 28,000 to 38,000 in the 2026 academic year. Now, speaking to sources right here on the campus, they have confirmed that they have about 115 rooms in Vikings, and they have about 300 students occupying their accommodation. Our sources also confirmed to me that the prices of their services and goods right here at the hostel, it's high, so it has necessitated the increase in hostel fees. Now, I've been speaking to some students and parents how this initiative and hike in hostel fee has affected them. Let's hear from them.
Yes, I mean, because school fees is not even up to what, 5,000, like 3,000. I think the last academic year we paid 2,000 something, almost 3,000 thereabouts. We are coming to school to learn, not to sleep. So if hostel fees are charging like almost 280k, and your school fees are like what, just 3k, 5k, is too huge for parents to bill, and that was like the price range. So if next year we are going to start paying our own electricity bills, they might as well just reduce it a bit.
It's a bit challenging because in addition to the increment of prices, we also have to pay for our own electricity. So it's challenging. It's very expensive just to come for education. So I also live far, so for me to be able to make my 7:30 a.m. classes, it's very beneficial for me to be on campus. But if being on campus costs me close to almost 30,000 cedis, that's a bit ridiculous. I feel like a conversation should be had about the best way forward, because this is a public educational system. We should do something that would be
demonstration until the police intervene. And I can
okay, Al Hassan, so what is the situation of the two students who were shot by the police?
They are still at the campus university receiving treatment. And as we speak, they are still on campus receiving treatment, and we are waiting patiently to see what the outcome will be. But according to one of the medical officers,
the children we have here, they are not alone. We have children at home. Those writing ORC, they are coming. And then for you to increase to that extent, I think the management is supposed to do something about it because it is too much, honestly. You know, now we all know what is happening. It is a global thing. Finances are hard to come by nowadays. And to generate this kind of money, it's not easy. Because I honestly, we have to struggle. But we only want what? A safer place for our kids, our wards. And
from the late Asantehemaa, Nana Kunedu Yadom III has been laid in state at Menchia Palace as thousands of mourners, including traditional authorities, government officials, the clergy, political party leaders and activists, as well as the general public, thronged the palace to pay their final respects to the Queen Mother. The solemn occasion is being marked according to the Ashanti tradition and customs with deep cultural displays befitting the stature of the Asantehemaa Nana Kunedu Yadom III, whose reign as Asantehemaa was widely admired by many for her dedication, honesty and commitment in preserving the Asante tradition. There is tight security ensuring safety and adherence to the laid down norms and directives. Fetish priests were not left out in the display of culture at the ceremony ground, while members of the waste management giant Zoom Lion are in section to ensure the environment remains tidy as activities are ongoing. All right, now we have our Asante regional correspondent Bassett on to tell us what exactly is going on there. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, my sister, and good afternoon to our viewers.
Great. Now tell us what's ongoing there. We know that Asantehemaa has been laid to rest. Tell us what exactly is going on there.
Yes, she is currently laid in state. You know, today is the second day of the tradition, which leads to her final burial on Thursday. This morning, a lot of dignitaries have gathered here, like similar to that of yesterday. You know, because of the multitude that will throng the palace, it has been divided into various groups who have to come and pay homage and commiserate with the Asantehemaa and the people of the Asante Kingdom. So today, as I speak with you now, the leadership of the entire security of this country are here at the Menchia Palace, including the IGP and the CDS are all here at the Menchia Palace to pay their respects to the Asantehemaa. They went and far past the body of the Asantehemaa and have sat to wait for the Asantehemaa to arrive at the ceremonial ground so that they commiserate with him. A lot of other dignitaries are also here, as today is a schedule for security personnel, all heads of security, including police, immigration, fire service, customs, GRA, among all the youths are here to pay their homage to the Asante Kingdom. There has been a lot of activities, firing of musketry, drumming, dancing, as part of the culture of the Asante Kingdom. You know, the burial rite of the Asante Queen Mother is a significant sacred rituals which normally known in the Asante parlance as Dotiye. It is one of the most elaborate ceremonies which blends custom, spirituality, and communal mourning. A lot of Kumasi residents are also here, clad in black and red, to ensure that they give the Queen Mother the befitting farewell. You know, unlike ordinary funerals, the Dotiye of Asante Queen Mother is usually performed. It's not usually performed like the other funeral. There are specific rituals that have to be undertaken before the final day, which will be on Thursday. So as I speak with you, many chiefs are arriving to the palace to pay their last respects to the Queen Mother.
Okay, thank you very much, Bassett. That was Bassett, Ashanti regional correspondent. But now let's shift our attention to other matters. As Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa has assured displaced citizens of full government support following deadly clashes in Gbingiri near the country's northern border. Over 13,000 Ghanaians fled to neighboring Cote d'Ivoire and Burkina Faso, with the minister personally visiting refugee camps to deliver relief and a message from President Mahama.
I wish to express government's deep concern over the recent unfortunate clashes in Gbingiri in the Savannah region of Ghana near the borders with neighboring Cote d'Ivoire and Burkina Faso, resulting in the loss of lives and displacement of Ghanaians in both countries. I promptly directed Ghana's embassies in Cote d'Ivoire and Burkina Faso to actively collaborate with Ivorian and Burkinabe authorities to ramp up necessary consular assistance to our compatriots. In addition, I have personally been to Cote d'Ivoire since Friday, the 12th of September 2025. Indeed, about the displaced Ghanaians in Cote d'Ivoire, where some 13,253 displaced compatriots originally sought refuge. My visit was aimed at conveying a special message from President John Dramani Mahama to conduct further assessment of the situation for additional consular assistance, to express Ghana's gratitude to our Ivorian counterparts, and to offer immediate assistance. During my visit, I discovered that about 8,000 Ghanaians have safely returned home. The latest census conducted revealed that the remaining number of Ghanaians in Cote d'Ivoire is 5,309. 5,309.
Let's do some more social stories now. As Director of Presidential Initiative in Agriculture and Agribusiness at the Office of the President, Dr. Peter Boamau-Tukono says President John Dramani Mahama has directed all senior high schools in the region to procure harvested tomatoes and onions from Ghana to feed students. He said this is an intervention by government to provide immediate relief to farmers in the Ashanti region who are struggling to sell their harvested tomatoes.
As part of this challenge or solutions to this challenge, the Office of the President, the Presidential Initiative in Agric and Agribusiness, I'm sure recently you must have heard that we signed an agreement with Furi Ghana Limited to develop an input credit platform, which input credit platform would also embody the value chain management aggregation of this output produced by the farmers, so that when the farmers produce this output, it can be aggregated easily through that value chain linkages and move them to the relevant consumers, whether be it schools, be it the factories, and so on and so forth. Beyond that, we are also looking at mobile processors in areas of the production of these perishable goods, so that these mini processors would process the excess tomatoes that are produced into purees and be able to store them over a long period of time and be able to distribute them in times of lean production.
Now, the Volta region has entered into a landmark partnership with Shenzhen, China, aimed at fostering sustainable investments, green technology transfer, and deeper economic cooperation. The agreement was sealed at a high-profile ceremony in Ho, attended by government officials, business leaders, and international partners. Our Volta regional correspondent, Gabriel Asempa, has more.
The Memorandum of Understanding was signed between the Volta Regional Coordinating Council and Shenzhen Ecological Environmental Bureau in the presence of the Belt and Road Environmental Technology Exchange and Transfer Center, the Ghana, Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area Chamber of Commerce, and enterprise representatives from leading Chinese technology firms. In his remarks, the Volta Regional Minister, James Gunu, explained the partnership is meant to add value to the region's ongoing development efforts.
That region, government alone cannot develop it. We need these kind of interventions. And today, we are signing this partnership to promote sustainable investment and green technology transfer, facilitate trade and market access for businesses in our region.
He further noted that the Volta region is a safe haven when it comes to investment and encouraged potential investors to take advantage of the region's opportunities.
As we speak, you talk about peace and stability. Volta region is a safe haven for investment. The municipal and district assemblies across the region are also doing their part. And we need this kind of partnership for knowledge transfer, capacity building, among others.
On behalf of the Chinese delegation, party member and deputy director of the Shenzhen Ecological Environmental Bureau, Chang Yali, emphasized that Shenzhen's ecological and technological expertise could provide a strong foundation for mutually beneficial cooperation with the Volta region.
To a special economic zone, and now a pilot demonstration area of socialism with Chinese characteristics. Shenzhen has written a miracle in the history of global urban development over 40 years.
The Volta region representative to the National Development Planning Commission, Dr. Elikplim Kwabla Apetogo, described the occasion as a defining moment for the region.
The whole thing is like a sister-city kind of relationship, or region and city relationship, that kind of thing. So whatever is transferring in Shenzhen, which is one of the technologies of China, we want to see the same thing here in Ghana. Technology in agriculture, technology in fishing, technology, anything that technology can be applied to.
With this partnership, the Volta region positions itself not only as Ghana's tourism gem, but also as a rising hub for green innovation, agriculture, and technology-driven growth.
Now, technical advisor to Commissioner General of GRA, Elsia Pauklu, has called for collaboration to help address challenges with widespread tax exemptions, inefficient administration of tax, and above all, corruption. She made the call at the National Tax Forum aimed at promoting tax equity in Ghana.
The informal sector in Ghana remains a cornerstone of the national economy, employing millions and contributing significantly to GDP. Yet, despite its vast reach and resilience, it often operates on the margins of formal policy, lacking structured support, equitable taxation, and visibility in public finance discourse. Speaking on behalf of the Commissioner General of GRA at this year's National Tax Forum, technical advisor to the Commissioner, Elsie Pauklu, emphasized the need to widen the tax net in the country for progress and development.
Our current tax to GDP ratio of 13.8% is currently below the government's target of about 18 to 20% to be achieved by the year 2027. To bridge this gap, we must address challenges such as widespread tax exemptions, inefficient administration of tax, and the elephant in the room, corruption. The GRA, under the leadership of Mr. Sapon, is focusing on a number of reforms. For instance, on the VAT, that will reduce the VAT rate considerably.
Daniel Noah, technical advisor at the Ministry of Finance, called for a voluntary tax obligation by all.
So we need to champion voluntary tax compliance, where everybody contributes their quota. We have to champion evidence-based advocacy. We have to support the drive for tax literacy amongst our citizens.
Dr. Agnes Namomolate is the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection.
For many women, taxation feels less like a contribution to nation building and more like a penalty for simply trying to survive. As a ministry, we recognize the importance of ensuring that fiscal policies, including taxation, take these realities into account. That is why we continue to engage with colleagues in government and partners across civil society to explore how fiscal policy can be more responsive.
This year's National Tax Forum created a dialogue platform for engagement with the ultimate aim of improving corporate and individual tax compliance behavior, as well as tax policies that provide social protection for taxpayers in Ghana.
That's where we draw the curtains for the news updates here on Good Afternoon Ghana. My name is Helen Anyeweja. Kwesi Efriye comes through with Business Edge after this break. Do stay.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Go be from Georgia, be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Me and you go be luckiest. Nobody why that luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Senya God Apple Boom! If you put it away, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
DSTV means choosing.
Amazing acting.
Best friending while streaming.
Front row at the gaming and super fanning while on the going. Winning, binging and blockbustering. While others are white ricing, you're jolloffing.
It's so good.
With something for everyone, anything is possible when you're DSTVing. Start today with all sorts of packages to match your...
What does this day bring?
Sun all day. Actually, my app says it's going to rain at noon. I am going to buy my own boat. Who is with me? Give me my fish.
Hey, you, down here in the bucket.
Me?
Do you see another old man looking at me?
Stop talking and go back to being a fish.
You have to stroke it, then poke it.
You want to join? Yes. And just talk.
I'm sorry. Is that not like cool enough for you?
We can only consider a 3-year payback plan.
You think I will die in 3 years?
Papa.
That fish is very rare. How much?
Priceless.
I need a message first.
Trust me, gambling is like swimming. It's in my DNA.
Where is Kobe? One thing about being Olu is we always value the ones we love.
Fifra ye free nyina ye de obedientia. De ya fugia ne aduane.
Sanso no pintin bi ase da me. Die yedi koye mu ne die wie nyina na makuafo modem mo so. Won fifire su ne nya bidio. Nanso bate aseman Ghana mu a. Akuafo akoya abo pupu obo wasio na so da su kache. Won ne sam fifire mama mu nyina nya bidie. Nanso mpuntujuo mu aka akiri pa. Ekwan ben ne befa so ama akuafo fifire ho aba mfaso de. Aban hyehye ne dwumadi ahodo ode bre akuafo no bo wote ase. Feed Ghana ye den. Na nkokọ ketenkete so mfaso ma akuafo nso ye den. We nti na hyehye dwumadi esunkwa ya to ne akuafo mo. Ye de bre Original TV and Metro TV so. Dwumadi beba akwanya ama mpanyimfo anim de ewa aba fukwaye mu. Akire wadwen. Ye je akuafo ha no amane akogye mu aye e de afiri aba mu mpanyimfo ho. Enimi ni ehia akuafo yonko samo honto eda joada enwumre no nso kosi ne no nwotwe e Original TV so. Sanso na da yawada enwumre no nwotwe kosi no nkono e Metro TV so. Akuafo mo Ghana akuafo abomode na yempene wo.
Akuafomo is sponsored by ACAP Compost. ACAP Compost comes in 3 varieties: ACAP Compost X, ACAP Compost Plus.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream. And this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here.
Her photographs are going to sell fast, and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend? Are you all right?
You Are the One is proudly sponsored by The Luckiest, Appointed Time Printing, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Samu Spices, and Givers Herbal.
Right, thank you very much for joining us. We are back on your screens, of course, for God and country. Thank you very much. If you just tuned in, this is Business Edge, and just gone by is a new segment, and we are live here to talk about business. Today, we'll be doing the currency specific. We'll be doing the city, and so you want to stick and stay with us. The performance of the city, it's been good so far, but there is some level of fear and panic recently, based on its depreciation. So from the beginning of the year, the city has been appreciating against the major trading currencies. When I talk about the major trading currencies, I mean the US dollar, I mean the British pound sterling, I mean the Swiss franc, I mean the euro, I mean those ones that lots of Ghanaians have business to do with. And so we travel a lot to China to import, we travel a lot to Turkey, we travel a lot to Europe, and then we do a lot to the US. But not just the US, we use the dollar in all of our businesses. And so the Bank of Ghana, the Ministry of Finance, have been taking certain fiscal measures to control the depreciation of the city, and it actually resulted in the city appreciating against these major trading currencies. However, in a few days ago, or from now, the city has been depreciating against the major trading currencies, and that's some cause for concern. And so this afternoon, we'll focus very much on the city, especially from the business field. So it will not be too much of the talk about the theories, but what's happening practically, the people that are importing, the people that are exporting, and how they are using the cedi. And remember also that Christmas is coming up. People need these trading currencies to import, to do their exchange, to bring in goods, because Ghana, we have always said, is a heavy import-dependent country. We don't produce. We import almost everything that we do here in the country. And so in times like this, always in the run-up to December, there is a lot of demand on foreign products, people coming or people importing to come and sell for Christmas. So obviously there is pressure on the dollar. But how is it affecting the business world? How are the business world positioning themselves? Are they anticipating a further depreciation, and are they positioning themselves for it? These are the questions we have for the experts who are joining us this hour, and I'm happy to be introducing them to you pretty shortly. Right after that, we will get into agriculture. His Excellency the President or the Minister of Agric has reiterated the President's commitment to ensuring full production and growth of the poultry sector of the country, and for us to reduce the importation of, for example, the day-old chicks, the poultry, and all of the things that have to do with poultry. So this is our discussion for the afternoon. I do hope that you will enjoy. So you want to stick and stay with us. We'll give you the opportunity. So we'll put the WhatsApp line on. We'll give you the opportunity to join in the conversation, whether with your concern, whether with your comments, or whether with your question. And so we'll begin with how the cedi is performing against the major trading currencies. Let me go and see that, and I'll come and introduce my guest in here. If you go to the market, as of close of business yesterday, and of course this morning, the US dollar is buying for 12.19 cedis. So approximately 12.2 cedis, and then it is selling. And this is, take note that this is according to the Bank of Ghana. So these are the official rates from the Bank of Ghana. The US dollar is selling for 12.2 Ghana cedis. So the midpoint rate, or the average rate, as of this morning, will be 12.2 cedis on the market, and that's according to. This is the interbank exchange rate. So this is the official figures on the Bank of Ghana's website and what the commercial banks are supposed to be trading with. Let's see how the pound or the euro is going for. So this is the British pound sterling. As of this morning and as of close of business yesterday, the British pound sterling is buying for 16.58. 16.58. So you can say 16.6 approximately. And then it is selling for 16.60. So it's again approximately 16.6. So averagely, this is again interbank exchange rate. I will come to you on that. I will come to you on the icons rate, and we are not going to leave this when we begin the discussion. But let me see the euro. And then I can come to my guest here in the studio so we begin the discussion. So this is how the euro is performing. 14.348. So you can round it up to 14.35. And then it is selling. The euro is selling for 14.36. So averagely 14.35, thereabouts. So that's, again, the interbank exchange rate. I haven't introduced my guest yet, but he's already given us data. So let me come back to the studio. Let me come to the studio now, and I have Samson Asaki Awengobit. He's a presidential candidate, but for discussions here this hour, he's the Executive Secretary for Importers Exporters Association. Samson Asaki Awengobit, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you're doing well.
Thank you very much. I was a presidential candidate hopeful for 2020 elections.
You were,
but for 2024.
2024, you did.
But
this year,
I went for national chair, so I'm the national chairman for PNC, and Bernard went for the flag bearer. So that I guess.
But I see snipers of you.
But thank you for giving the hope. The hope is still alive. We are still young. We still have so many ways to serve our country. And I'm here not only that I should be a president or an MP before I can serve my country. I am serving my country as I sit here to discuss national issues. Thank you, and good afternoon to your cherished viewers and those who are listening to us all over the world.
Well, thank you very much for joining us.
So when you were introducing the figures, I my interest is also in the port. And so today, Tuesday, as you know that if you had received a bill of entry, BOE, to pay duty last week, and you could not make the payment till yesterday, you couldn't pay, and today the rate have changed. So customs is using 12.1561. That's for the USD, and then 12.1561.
1561.
Exactly.
So,
and the euro.
Derek, if you can put the dollar on the side for me, the figures on the side for me. Let's see what.
So if you go to the custom form, then they will say that the buy-in is 12.1561. So I've seen that you have given us 12.1939. But here in ICOMS, it is selling is 12.1561, and then buying is 12.1561.
Okay.
Then the euro is 14.2364.
Okay.
And then buying is 14.2364. This is what I have on the ICOMS. So yes, but of course, I think that we have an issue at hand. And
so it means okay. I think it can go off now.
Yes.
It means that what you have at ICOMS is better than the Bank of Ghana rate.
Yes, sure.
From the figures you are giving me,
yes,
because Bank of Ghana's rate,
I can send to you
for the dollar. Yes, for the dollar, as we just had put there.
Yes.
Buying for 12.193.9, and then yours is 12.15.
Yeah, 12.
So 12.16 average, but this is 12.19.
Yeah.
And then it is buying for 12.2.
Yeah.
And yours is 12.15 still.
Yes, sure.
Well, that's better because you deal in
so
high volumes of
so
trade.
So this is what customs are using to calculate the duty. But still, what we want the government to do is it's not about the depreciation of the city. It's about this to give us a fixed rate, just like we enjoyed the 10.2 in the month of April all the way to July to August before it started coming. Now that it's at 12.1, if they can give it to us for the next 3 months or 4 months, subject for the business community to plan, because this work has to do with planning. And we have heard the president was already saying that the Bank of Ghana want to find a fit for the city. Mind you, at the time it was 10.2 for a very long time. Our brothers and sisters who are coming from the export, that is the Ghanaian Federation of Ghanaian Exporters, were not also happy, especially those who export the non-commodities, non-traditional commodities. And so they were having a challenge because the way the city was falling. And so I can tell you the scarcity of the dollar that we are not also getting in the market to buy from the interbank was also as a result of many people did not want to return their forex back to the country because they think that they were going to make so much losses. And so now that it has come to 12 point something,
yes.
I think there's stability here.
Yes.
They will be happy to bring back their proceeds so that at least we can have the forest to do legally treat. And I think that is the challenge that the Bank of Ghana. And again, these remittances companies that were collecting dollars in Europe and then kept keeping them there and then getting cedis to give to those people who are looking for the cedis did not also help us. And that have also called. So I'm happy that the Bank of Ghana have taken this extreme punitive measures against them. If the Bank of Ghana will have to blacklist them, I want to appeal to the Bank of Ghana to blacklist this remitter, tap, send, and whatever company that the Bank
of Ghana.
Yes, of course, because you cannot collect the dollars and then keep it at overseas. Then you come here to siphon our cedis, and you have it is an exchange. So if you pay the cedi, if there's someone give you dollar, He wants you that dollar to end up in our banks here.
I'll come to you. Hold on. I want you to explain this point for me very well. And that's a call you are making.
Yes.
You want Bank of Ghana to blacklist
these
remittance companies.
Those remittance companies that collect the forest and kept it in.
Hold on. I'll come to you because it's a new point for me altogether.
Yes.
But let me go to. Let me introduce Mr. Joseph Paddy, who is the PRO of Guta. Joseph Paddy couldn't make it to the studio. He's joining us via Zoom, and so I would introduce him. He was actually on. I think that he's gone off now. But Joseph, we are still waiting for you. If you can join us, let's introduce you, and then we'll begin the conversation. But Samson has taken it out of where I was going to begin from, and I think I'll follow him there. Then I'll come back eventually. So we'll begin from you thinking or believing that this whole issue about the dollar,
yes,
its appreciation and depreciation. I was going to begin from what your expectations are towards the Christmas and what should be done for the stability of it, what you want the Bank of Ghana to do, what you want the Ministry of Finance to do, all of them. And I'll come back to all these points one by one.
Good.
But you're making a point to me
so
that the Bank of Ghana should do what?
They should take a very firm decision to make sure that if you are sending remittances to your relatives in Ghana, it's to land in commercial banks in Ghana. That is where the money comes. It doesn't go to Bank of Ghana directly. It comes to the commercial banks.
I don't understand. Please take your time to explain this.
I am in Europe. I'm in the US, or I find myself in any of the European countries. So either I'm sending euros or pounds or whatever to my relative here. The money must come to the country, and the country, they will now convert it to the country currency and give it to your relative. But someone sits outside the country, say, bring the dollar. Then they collect the dollar. And then they have their account in Ghana. Then, like, I'm sure at those days that the cedi was hovering around 16 cedis to $1. Somebody probably had bought like $2 million to change millions of Ghana cedis. So it's sitting in his account here in Ghana. So he will collect the dollar from me, but he has so much cedi sitting in his account, then he give it to the relative of the person who's sending the remittances. But in our account, we could see the amount of volumes of remittances that goes through the system. But it does not reflect in our system here. So meaning someone is hoarding the dollars, waiting that when the cedi depreciated as is not depreciating, then he'll bring it and make more money. He's still us, and that is a pressure that we are all finding ourselves, including the non-traditional commodities exporters who also exported their cargo, and they have 90 days or 30 days or 60 days to return their proceeds. But because the cedi was hovering between 10.2, 10, 11, they were not happy because they have already made their projection that, maybe new government that came picked the cedi around 13 cedis to the dollar. Maybe the cedi could depreciate it to, let's say, maybe 15 cedis or 14 cedis. So if I'm bringing 30,000, I'm going to make a lot of Ghana cedis. Or if I'm bringing 100,000 proceeds as my export, I'm going to make a lot. But suddenly, the cedi stood at 10.2 for a very long time. So they were not bringing the money. So proceeds were also locked up somewhere. So now the government realized, to do something to help the exporter get their feet, let me position the cedi somewhere that they will also appreciate, it 12 point something, 12.1 or 12.2, as we are seeing here, is better to cushion the exporter than 10.2. Isn't it? The exporter is making losses.
Yes.
So, get like the cocoa syndicated loan, the CEO was explaining. When the cocoa man knows, if my metric ton, I will get, let's say, $6,000. And so their projection is, I will exchange it at the rate of 14 or 15 cedis. Now, suddenly, $6,000 came, but the rate is 10.2. So if you are converting $6,000 to 10.2, you won't get it the amount, like if it was $6,000, changing at 15 cedis to $1 or 16 cedis to $1. You make more money.
But I get it. Is this fair to make this analogy?
Yes, so now that the cedi is at 12.2 or 12.1, it is good for exporters.
But is it fair? Is it fair?
No, hold on. It is good for exporters. That if I bring my proceeds back home, I can now make some good money.
Yes.
Then when it was 10.2, the exporters wasn't happy with it.
I agree.
But it is also not good for importers, because the importer was comfortable at dealing with 11 to $1 or 10.3, 10.4 to $1 to go and bring goods. But now that he's going to buy dollar at 12.2, even with this 12.2, you don't have it at the commercial banks. So you end up going to Abuchi, which is 13 cities or so.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
So it is still on the high, on the part of the importer. So the importer think that I have to adjust my prices of goods and stuff like that. And that is not good because the whole Ghana knows that if there were stability, you should reduce the prices, isn't it? And so if price is trying to escalate, as I speak with you, OMCs, oil marketing companies, have started increasing per liter. I'm sure you saw
Yes.
Ghana's currency has
and so this is going to have a challenge on the economy and on all of us because consumers were comfortable at the time the city was very stable, where it was 10.2 for a very long time. Businesses were clearing their cargo at the port with a lower rate, then they can adjust the prices, reduce the prices for us. But now people want to say, okay, so where is the city hovering to? Okay, am I going to price my goods $1 to 13 as Abuchi, or I'm going to price my goods at 12.2 as I will get Commercial Bank? If I do 12.2 and I get to Bank of Ghana and I'm not getting Commercial Bank and I'm not getting, then I have to end up going to Abuchi. So if per unit price of your goods commodity were, let's say, maybe 10.8 or 11 series or whatever, you will now say, no, I must up it per unit price to say maybe 14 series. Because plus or minus, Bank of Ghana, this is the rate.
Yes.
But someone tells you that the Abuja have it. Someone said yesterday. So Abuja have it at what rate? So yes. Abuja is speculating. Tomorrow Abuja can say, okay, I move from 13 series to 14 series. So at all time now, as a business person, you have to make sure that you are eyeing the two market. But that shouldn't be. That's why I call on the Bank of Ghana that they should streamline the Abuja business. We should streamline Abuja business.
You see, I have a lot of questions for you.
Yeah, no, we should streamline it because it has come to stay. Because we are unable to fight this canker out, they have come to stay. Why am I saying this? Abuja money is able to have over $100,000. And the commercial bank who's legalized don't have that. And you have to go to Abuja to buy dollar and now bring it to the commercial bank before they do transfer for you. So how do you do? If you can't fight them, I think they should regularize them. And then when they regularize them, they will give them reforms. They will give them formal education, some training. That will let them know, okay, look, we cannot do away with you. We want to work with you, but don't use this rate. Use this rate. So even if you go to Bank of Ghana, a commercial bank, and they're selling to you at 12.2 and they don't have it, and you go to Abuja, Abuja should be able to sell to you 12.3. Maybe 1 cent, or 12.4, maybe 2 cents. It's better than when Abuja is selling to you at 13 cities.
Do you realize the Abuja business is illegal?
No, it is illegal.
Do you realize
No,
that?
I know, but it has come to stay. If you go to the Bank of Ghana own law, they say that they have to regulate both financial institutions and non-financial institutions. So I'm trying to say, let's take it that Abuja is non-financial institution.
Abuja is not registered to even be classified as a non-financial institution.
No.
Abuja is not registered.
No, but that's why
non-financial institutions have to be registered.
That's why I'm saying if you cannot fight the canker, because it seems they have come to stay. It seems they don't have the power.
They have come to stay how? The government should be able to crack the whip.
No, but the previous governor did some arrest, seized some money. You and I, up to date, we do not know where that amount of money was paid, which account it was paid, how much was realized, where did they prosecute those people that was arrested? Did they leave them at the back door and give their money to them? You and I, we don't know. And you are a journalist. You're supposed to be asking these questions.
So you are saying the Bank of Ghana should support irregularity?
It is
illegality.
This is not illegality. This is not illegality. I said it is a canker that has come. Why? Why are they saying that? Why is the government saying that? They want to find ways to manage the Galamsey guys. Because by our law, it's illegal. But it has come to stay. It's a livelihood for somebody.
We are saying that the airline should be cancelled. That's our call.
And so they have to give them professional training and make them responsible mining. It's accepted. If you go to other countries, it's accepted. Responsible mining. So should we say everything was left it like that? Because whether we like it or not, my people go to the commercial bank 30 days. You remember 3 weeks? That was why I issued a statement that people are auctioning their product, especially the frozen chicken people, where they are looking for dollar for 3 weeks, and their container is running to 21 days. By law, by customary act, they're supposed to auction it without even gazette, without that like publication. They just auction it. And my people are running into debt. They have to pay the ox, they have to pay the supplier, they have to pay because the one who got the product in auction does not pay the demurrage, will not pay the invoice value to the supplier. The importer who brought it and is confiscated in the auction will have to go back and pay invoice value to the supplier and pay the demurrage. If he doesn't pay the demurrage, in the future import, the shipping line will say, we won't bring your cargo because every time we bring your cargo, you left it at the port and it's been auctioned and we do not get our money.
So your call is that...
So my call is, my clerical call to the Bank of Ghana is, if you cannot do away with the abochi, regularize them.
So what's the process?
So when you regularize them, the Bank of Ghana can now have the power to tell abochi, look, yes, commercial banks is traded at 12.2. We are paying you at 12.3 or 12.4. It's better than 12.2. And I got Abochi and selling to me at 30 or 30.2.
So how? Explain to me.
And they have the forest, and we, Commercial Bank, don't have the forest. So we are not dealing with Commercial Bank rate now. We are dealing with Abochi rate now.
How does Abochi has the dollars and Bank of Ghana doesn't have?
That is why the Bank of Ghana...
Or commercial banks.
That's why again we are now...
Commercial bank doesn't have.
That's why again we are now supporting... That's why again we are now supporting the Bank of Ghana when he came out with the punitive measures to say that no entity or individual should go to the counter and withdraw more than a certain amount of dollars from your account. I hope you are getting it. Because they realized that there were some institutions or individuals that could go to the counter and withdraw over millions of dollars or over $100,000 of dollars. That shouldn't be. You must show evidence. It should be transferred. Anything that beyond $10,000, you must show reason why you want to withdraw. You should not even withdraw. It should be bank-to-bank transaction.
Yes. So if
people have over withdrawn the dollars. They are hoarding it to see.
And they have given it to.
They are hoarding it and then expecting the city to fall, and they will bring it and make money. That is too wicked.
But does this make sense to you?
It doesn't make sense to all of us.
Doesn't make sense to you.
It put you and I all in the jeopardy. It put all of us at the risk, because now that the city is now at 12 point something, they will now bring the dollar, and now they give to Abochi. Abochi will not trade it at 13 city, not 12.2. So what it means is that Christmas prices of goods will have to go up, which we do not want. We don't want price of goods to go up in the market. And that is why I'm calling that, now that customs is using 12.1, if government can give us for the next 3 months, mind you, any orders that importers are placing now is for Christmas sales. And so if it's 12.2 that we are using to pay duty at the port, give us for the next 3 months. Then also make forests available to the commercial banks. So that now that, because the government, we're trying to find a fit for the city, so that halfway they will meet importers, halfway they will meet exporters, and halfway they will meet the confidence of Ghanaians, citizenry. Because if you actually see, everybody wants prices of goods to come down drastically, so that we will be able to pay it. And so that's the call.
I'm quite alarmed by the suggestion or the conversation on the Abochi to be regularized. Explain. Is it licensing, or government should just acknowledge them that Abochi is there, but Abochi, this is your quotation, and then BOG quotation is this for commercial banks?
Whatever way, but they have an account.
Yes, but should they be regularized?
These Abochis have an account with commercial banks. You can't tell me they do not have an account with the commercial banks. They also save. Even though they keep a large sum of money with them, they also save. Point here is, if the Abochi is regularized, Bank of Ghana will be able to hold them accountable. Then if Bank of Ghana say, oh, I'm going to arrest them, you can arrest them. How many of them can you arrest? And I'm giving you...
So how? Should they be licensed? You want them to be licensed?
I made a reference here that in the previous governor of Bank of Ghana, Abochis were arrested. Large sums of money were collected. You, the media, reported. Where did it end? If arresting them could solve the problem, the previous government could have solved the problem. This government came 6 months ago, 8 months ago. Is that not it? So, and we think that they should do these things overnight. It doesn't work.
No, but 8 months. No, and for that, I agree with some of the people who believe that 8 months is good enough to show good signs.
No,
you cannot tell us it's 8 months, and so you cannot do anything. It's like the conversation.
The good sense was the stability that we saw, and we also benefited. I benefited.
But we cannot give anybody the laxity that it's 8 months.
It's not about laxity. Even if the government will have to arrest Abuchi in arrest. They have to put agencies, they have to put strategies together to see how they can eliminate this. In fact, even the governor of Bank of Ghana issued a statement that nobody surprised dollar. I went to Kumasi recently, just 2 weeks ago. The hotel, I won't mention the hotel name, but if the Bank of Ghana called me, I'll give them the hotel name. The rate there, they put there was in dollars. The paper they gave me, I took a picture of it. I can show it to you.
Is it Lancaster?
I said
or Golden Bean?
I said if the Bank of Ghana called me, I'll give it. I have the evidence because I took a picture.
But if what you're saying is true, you can mention that.
No, I don't want. You see, it is not my style to run people down. I am not the agency responsible for that. The Bank of Ghana is responsible for those things. So if the Bank of Ghana listen and want the evidence, I will give it to them. I hope you are getting it.
Yes.
Yes. So quite clearly, I can tell you that they are doing things. I've seen so far some measures that the governor of Bank of Ghana and his management are putting in place. It will help us. But for now, what can we do with Abuchi? Should we say let's go and arrest Abuchi and throw them to jail? And first and foremost, let's ask ourselves, where is Abuchi getting this forest, this large sum of forest from?
That's the point I'm trying
Let's ask ourselves, where is he getting it from? They are getting it from commercial banks. Abuchi is not bringing forest from Ivory Coast or forest from Nigeria or Burkina Faso to this place. They are getting it from our banks. And that was why I was calling that the Bank of Ghana should sanction some commercial banks. And the Bank of Ghana came out with some punitive. Listen, now, if they see that some withdrawal have been withdrawn more than this amount, you, the banker, will come to answer to Bank of Ghana. But, the harm has been done. From April, May, June, July, people have withdrawn volumes of dollars, and they still have it in the system. Are waiting for the city to depreciate, and they come back to push, and they make more money. That's a greedy. The two leg is those who are collecting the forest outside the country. Tap pay and their colleagues, collect the money and kept it there. It should come to Ghana first, and they collect the money. So I think Bank of Ghana should write to them to bring all, because they know it's a system that they pass through.
But do you think it is fair to make the same argument for non-traditional exporters, because they are in business? For the remittance companies, it may be their regulation that once they take the money, they should remit them back.
Yes.
So they are by law supposed to.
No,
but
and by law to non-traditional exporters is also by law. If you export
to keep it how much? For how
long?
long?
90 days, maximum 90 days. You have to bring your proceeds back.
When you have sold them.
Yes, when you sold them.
But do you know whether they have sold them or not?
Oh, of course, they are
in business. They determine when to sell them, and so if the city is not performing
the law
well here,
does not have crooked. It's not crooked. The law is strict. If you export 30 days, 60 days, extended 90 days, you have to bring the proceeds.
Are you expecting the dollar to go up because Christmas is coming up? For you in business?
No, I do not expect it to go up. I think what the Bank of Ghana wanted to do, they were trying to find a fit. And I'm sure very soon they will start to push dollar into the system. It will not go more than 12 cities.
It's already 12.
Yes.
From what you are telling me,
yes,
it's already 12. So
sorry,
it's already beyond 12.
It will not go, it is 12.1, 12.2 that you are showing. I don't think it will go to 13 cities or 14 cities.
Will demand not go up? Christmas is coming. People will go to China.
Yeah, people have done the orders already. But
still, there will be demand for January up to Easter.
One of the areas that they will have to do is they will have to make sure that, first, the gold mining, I think still now,
yes.
The large mining company has the license to export their gold. You are aware. So I think they say, okay, if you export the gold, bring the proceeds back home. Okay, and then pay your dividend, if you have to pay dividend. But what they normally do is that they will export and then bring only the one that they will use for operations. Yes, less than 10%. That is also another challenge. Now that Gold Board is bringing more for us, I think if they should also amend the law to make sure that even including our oil that goes out for export, I do not know whether if they bring the proceeds back home before they then pay dividend to shareholders or not. But if not, these are some of the things you think around to say, okay, it is our oil, bring it back. If you sell, bring it back. If you are declared, because you have the mandate to declare dividend, when you declare dividend, then you pay dividend. Then that one we agree with you. Even with dividend, they can even make a law say that some amount of your dividends should also stay here. Because if the country is not good, you won't come and doing business here.
Of course.
You understand?
I understand.
So these are some of the things that I think that the governments should really look into it, and that will help all of us. But I don't want the dollar to go to 13 series or 14 series.
Why?
That would not be good for.
So is it a matter of
it
you
will
don't
affect
want
you,
or you are not expecting?
It will affect you, it will affect me, it will affect all of us.
That's fair enough, but I'm asking whether it's a matter of you are not expecting it to go or you don't want it to go.
I'm not expecting it to go. I think that they have where the fit that the BOG was looking, they have not gotten it. Something that would give a relief to importers, will give a relief to exporters, will give a relief to consumers. It has come to a point. I think they will work with that for maybe for some few months.
Will there not be repatriation? We are talking about remittances. We are talking about remittances.
About repatriation, and I even said even our free zones sold 70% of their produce to Europe. So they should make a law. If you take it out and sell it, you should bring everything back before, if you are paying dividends. Dividends doesn't pay every day. Dividends pay yearly. Is that not once a year?
Yes, but towards December,
and even encourage the investors to also keep some of their dividends here in Ghana.
Encourage them how? By law, they can send their money.
Yes,
back.
they can send, but you can also talk to.
And they pay it.
We need the dollar. We also need the dollar to do trade, so they can talk to them.
So will it not be about we restructuring our economy to make sure that we have a lot of production here? But if they come in and do the production for us,
I think even,
we have huge malls
even the production
belonging to foreigners.
Even the production, as we are talking about, many of these organizations are owned by foreigners, isn't it? And so they will also pick it up. The other aspect that I think I want to help is my friends from Volta has been calling that if our brothers and sisters from China who want to come and do business here, they should bring the cash, not the goods equivalent. They should bring the cash. If you are importing $1 million or $2 million or $3 million, you should bring the $3 million here. Then anytime you order, then you transfer. Anytime you order, then you transfer. What it means is that some people come here to represent their principals. So they come here, then the principal gets produced and dump it on us. And that is what is the challenge you are having. So do not produce and get dumped to us. Bring the trade equivalent, the amount, to our banks here. And then when you are doing import of 100,000 or 2 million or 1 million a month, then you transfer so that we can also have the dollar in the system.
Someone said I should ask you, Daniel from Awoshi.
Okay.
And please, do not call. You can only text us. I'll try as much as possible to read if it comes in early before he leaves. So Daniel from Awoshi says, please ask the man in the studio for me, does he honestly think the government cannot resolve the currency problem?
I think for the government to resolve the currency problem, one, the government has a stiffer fight to fight. Very tough one. One, to do away with Abochi, which is causing the speculations.
How? Because you are suggesting that we regularize.
Yes, because Abochi has the dollar. We have the paper, on paper, we say this is our rate. But in fiscal cash, in terms of fiscal cash in the Volta, in Commercial Bank, they do not have it. So how do you get the Abochis to bring their fiscal cash to commercial banks to trade? Maybe they have to put a premium for them. So Abochi, you have the money, bring it to us. Let us trade with this premium for you. Maybe that way they may surrender. I don't know. But if they say arrest and prosecute, not that I don't want government to arrest, but there was some arrest some few years ago. I didn't see, all of us, we don't know where the report went to. We don't know where those monies went to. Whether the officers share it among themselves, whether the same officer took the money and give it to Abochis, I don't know. So that we don't know. And you can, as a senior media personality in this media house, you can't also tell me where those monies or those arrests end up. So it was a waste of public resources, taxpayers' money. It was an exercise in futility. That's what I would describe it. But if the Bank of Ghana would really succeed, we will support them. Why not?
Why do people withdraw cash, dollars in cash? I mean, foreign currency.
We shouldn't be. People if you should withdraw only 10,000 or its equivalent, the rest transfer. Show evidence.
So why do you do
unless people want to do smuggling, unless people want to do money laundering. Those who want to do money laundering, they are the people who go and withdraw it. But if you are a genuine business person
your business
who have no intent to commit crime, why do you want to go and withdraw large sum of money? Why do you even take it and pass? Because in other countries, you cannot go through the custom or immigration with large sums of money. And I think that government, BOG, should also sit with custom as well to make sure that, please, there are scanners. There are very high, sophisticated scanners in our airport. And not only our airport, the Bank of Ghana should also monitor our port, because maybe some people also put stuff forest into containers and export it out. That we do not know. Maybe so they should really look at exports. There's the scanners in our port as well.
Shipping containers, you mean?
Yes, shipping containers, I mean, yes.
But that's serious.
Yes, governments, they should take an interest. If BOG will have to also send some people to be trained, and they place them with customs, when customs are doing scanning, at the port when export boxes are going, so that if people are trying to smuggle and do money laundering, that is where you can get them.
You mentioned the bank managers. Is it the case? I mean, you mentioned, but then there is also a text here that bank managers are the ones you had said they give the money to Abuchi.
Where did Abuchi get the money from? If the person is texting can tell me where Abuchi is getting the money from, then we can all share that.
He says we should be asking you whether that's verifiable, and that's true.
Oh, but where did Abuchi get the forest from? He should also tell me where Abuchi is bringing the forest from. Or where he's getting it from.
And that they are getting
and
it
how
from.
commercial bank managers sometimes can look to customer and say, I can call Alaji for you, or I can direct it to Alaji. They do it. It's every day. How do they know that Alaji has the money? If they are not trading. They are trading. They are doing trading. The illegal trading of Abuchis, the commercial banks, some of the commercial banks are part and parcel. And I'm happy that the Bank of Ghana is now taking punitive measures to say, look, you cannot come to the counter and overdraw a certain amount of dollars. That we should all support the Bank of Ghana to succeed in that. If that is succeeded, then we can now know that, okay, no commercial banks has the alacrity to give large sums to his or her customer. And I was in one of the bank when they have to call the bank manager to say, oh, my customer came here. He said he wants to withdraw this amount of money. And the person said, look, there are mail from headquarters that nobody can withdraw money. So sorry, I can't do it.
Should
because they were calling the bank manager, thinking the bank manager can intervene and say, oh, do something. The bank manager said, no. There's an email from headquarters. We cannot. Bank of Ghana is watching.
Should those managers...
So let us all support Bank of Ghana in good faith so that they will fight this canker.
Let me read this, but I'll come back and ask you, and then we are rounding up. Our time is actually up. But let me try and read this one.
Yes.
This one says, statistically, about 48,000 people from President John Mahama's own region have been displaced. I'm sure...
Talking about the Bindri
yes, all the same.
It's unfortunately. So.
Okay, so McLean Desmond in Seshiri also sent this one. I thought this was on the currency. I'll read it in the next segment, in the other discussion. So McLean Desmond, that's coming from you. Let me read. Good afternoon. I am Siba Salifu Shakibu. I want to congratulate the guest, my national chairman, Mr. Asaki, for his articulation on the matter. Well spoken, Mr. Asaki Awingobit. Okay, statistics again is from McLean Desmond. But let me ask you finally, should the bank managers not be arrested?
If evidence is proven, why not?
But you are saying
I don't have the
they
evidence.
have it.
The Bank of Ghana has the evidence. The Bank of Ghana realized that they've studied it, and they realized that yes, they saw large sums of money were withdrawn by individuals and companies. And the Bank of Ghana said, from this day, stop. If that practice happened again, then the Bank of Ghana will be the one to take punitive measures. I can only come to lament.
But you are saying they have it, and I'm asking, should they not be arrested?
That what?
The Bank of Ghana, branch managers of the banks or the banks, commercial banks, give the money to the Abuchi.
And I've just said that the Bank of Ghana have realized that...
No, but you are saying they give.
And I said the Bank of Ghana has realized that large sums of money were leaving the commercial banks. They do not know why the commercial banks allowed that to happen. And the Bank of Ghana has reissued. And this is not new. we all know about, even the previous governor also issued that you cannot withdraw certain amount of money. If you are traveling, you cannot hold certain amount of money. It is just a global monetary best practice. But the this current governor and his team also studied and realized that there's so much withdrawals or panic withdrawals of large sums in the commercial banks. And they have issued a statement that from this date, if that happens, you will be penalized. And they were strict about it, and we support the Bank of Ghana.
Samson Asaki Awingobi, thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure to be here.
Samson Asaki Awingobi is the Executive Secretary, Importers Exporters Association, and we've been discussing the performance of the currency and how the business world would go around it, especially in this period towards Christmas. And of course, right after Christmas, there will be Easter. So the purchases, the imports, the exports, the business which will be brisk around this period, how they will or they intend to manage themselves around this period. I'll go on a quick breather. When I come back, I'm still here, don't go away. When I come back, there is a discussion on Nkokon Kitsenketse, and you know I get excited about that, the poultry discussion. So you want to stick and stay with that?
The business community, because our people are importing so much.
No, you are not gone yet, so we may still be able to ask you. So you still can stay with me. I'll be right back.
Branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trout from Kaswa, dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From not the pure cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God down for boom. If you're poor, what's that? So would the coming of the Son of Man be.
Hey!
Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This BB9 Jazz Season 10. No filters, no scripts, no holding back. Cause it's 10 times the drama, 10 times the rivalry, 10 times the game. This is certified. No zero, no minus. Big Brother 9 Jazz Season 10 on Showmax.